at 250 pounds. He's from Long Beach, California, and brings a professional record of 11-7-1. 7 of those 11 victories by KO. Ladies and gentlemen, Mike the Destroyer Gans. And across the ring, his opponent fighting out of the blue corner, wearing the red trunks with black trim, weighing in at 247 pounds, originally from Cuba, but now making his home and living in Las Vegas, Nevada, here in the US of A, undefeated as a professional, 6-0, all by knockout victory. Ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome Jorge Luis Gonzalez.
Okay, gentlemen, you're the chief second. You're the chief second, Rich. I've given your instructions to you in your respective dressing rooms.
Let's talk about the rules here in the state of Nevada while we hear the official instructions.
Well, you see the 3 knockdown rule effect, no standing 8. Only referee can stop the fight. The winner gets 10, the loser 9 or less. The referee doesn't figure in the scoring. Can only be saved by the bell in the final round.
So we're set to go. This is in the heavyweight division. Mike Gans, now fighting out of Long Beach. Pretty good amateur. And actually, Mike Gans looks to be in better shape than I've seen him be in a long time. He hasn't really fought very much in the last few years.
He told us today at the weigh-in that he ballooned up to, what, about 320 pounds, and now he's down to 250, and it doesn't look like, it looks like a good 250. It doesn't look like some guy that's bloated.
Yeah, it really does. Mike, as we said, a very good amateur, but has always had the suspect chin as a professional. And you look at the knockout percentage, not bad for Gonzalez. 6 have come and 6 have gone.
He is a very hard puncher, and as an amateur, he was excellent. I mean, he beat both of the Olympic champions before they went. Tyrell Biggs in '83 before he won the '84 Olympics, and Lennox Lewis before he won the '88 Olympics.
Just trying to work on experience here. Walked into a left hand, and there's a left hook by Gans.
Michael Gans did not come here to lay down, did he? At all.
No, he really does look in pretty good shape.
I mean, he is getting in there right after Gonzalez here in this first round, taking some big shots.
Staggered Gans.
Mentioned Gans is not foot. He didn't fight at all from 1988 through 1990, and then 1991 he only had 1 fight against Rocky Patelli out of the Reseda Country Club. Lost, knocked out in the 2nd round.
Yeah, in fact, he hasn't had a win since 1985. So to say that it's been a dry spell is to be kind.
He's 32 years old. Gonzalez is 27, although some people think he might be a little older than that. Ken Norton syndrome at work. Kenny was funny about it always. He would shave about 4 years off his weight if you could get him to say or his age rather, if you get him to say how old he was.
Keep him up, keep him up, keep him up.
That right hand got there by Gans, Barry. I think the overhand right's a punch he can get in occasionally to Gonzalez.
But unfortunately for Gans, Gonzalez can knock him backward with a jab.
Yeah, he's taking some big shots.
With a good right hand, and a left hand staggers Gans again.
Gonzalez is hurting him with all those shots.
Gans with a right hand and another right hand. Double right hand from Gans. And those loose ropes could be a problem. And another right hand by Gans.
Well,
big right hand.
I said the overhand right could get there, and gosh, I guess I was right for a change. But let's mark it down for 1992.
I remember, what's this date?
It had to happen eventually.
Coming to the end of the first round, and each man dishing out a little bit, and each man taking a little bit. We'll be back.
Jorge Luis Gonzalez hurt Gans several times in that first round. However, there was a moment at the end of the round where Gans got in some good right hands, Barry.
Yeah, so there's something to be learned for Gonzalez, and he continues to drop that left hand, be there for a right hand.
And of course, you know, needless to say, as he gets in against better boxers, better fighters, make more powerful punchers, it can be a problem.
I'm sure that's something that Richie Sandoval will take back to the gym and say you just have to stop doing that. Look at the numbers in the first round. Gonzalez did enough to win the round, I believe.
Yeah, he had the edge in numbers landed, but as we said, Gans did come back at the end of that round. Gans knows one thing, right? He knows he can land the overhand right, but he knows he can't land it every time if he just throws the overhand right. So he's got to say to himself, maybe I'll feint to the body with the jab and come with the right hand. Maybe I'll throw a right to the body and then an overhand right. There's got to be something else happening now for him to land that right, so Gonzalez just can't concentrate on it.
And even though in theory Gans has been fighting for 11 years, in point of fact, he's only been fighting for 5 and has only had 19 fights.
That's true. Now there, he jabbed to the body, Gans. He may be trying to set up that right hand with it. Gonzalez also has stopped using his jab as much as he was in the first round. See, Michael Gans is doing a smart thing. He's starting to throw that right to the body so then he can land it to the head.
One thing is really clear, and that is that Gonzalez has an awful lot to learn.
Yeah, and you know, the interesting thing is with all that amateur experience, and I talked to them about it, Sandoval and also Eddie Mustafa Muhammad, who's been working with him, they didn't feel Gonzalez was that far from being right there with the top heavyweights. But I agree with you. I think there's some rough edges to be polished yet.
Yeah, he just seems to make a lot of very fundamental mistakes, starting with the fact that his left hand's at his hip.
Bodie, come here. Come here, come here.
Which could also account for the fact that he doesn't have a very effective jab.
Yeah, he's not getting it out there. When he throws it, it's okay, but he's not really throwing it very much. And Toby Gibson warning them both. They've both been hitting on the break and assorted other transgressions. Gonzalez speaks no English, so he probably had no idea what Toby Gibson was saying.
Now there's a lot of grabbing, clutching.
This is not going to be an easy bout for Toby Gibson to deal with.
There was a right hand and down went Gans. I think they're going to call that a knockdown.
Should be a knockdown.
Oh yeah, he's still hurt. He's still hurt. And if Gonzalez would turn around, he would see that.
All right? Give me a glove.
I don't think Toby Gibson's going to go too far with this. I think he thinks Gans is still hurt. And I think he's right.
And Gans, the only thing Gans did at the end there was at least wing that right hand to keep himself in here.
Yeah, he didn't do much with it in that round, though, and it's
No.
still there for him.
He did throw a lot of body shots in that round, though. As we go back, and we'll see Gans coming in, getting hit with a counter right hand. And he goes down, and because of the nature of the way he went down, get all tangled up with Gonzalez. Coming in with the jab. Now, he was getting, this is bad, right? He did exactly what I thought he should do, and he got nailed with the right hand. Go to the body with the jab, and then come up with the right hand to the head, but he forgot to bring the left jab back.
Yeah, it seems like Gonzalez wore Gans down a little bit now. Here is a look at Gonzalez.
And ironically, until that knockdown, Gans wasn't having that bad a round. He really wasn't.
Start boxing, gentlemen.
Toby Gibson says start boxing.
That's it. Let's start boxing.
That may be an appropriate point.
Now Gonzalez started to work
See,
the
look.
jab. Boy, I'll tell you what. Those are some lean numbers right there.
Yeah, but it was close, though.
Yeah.
And it was that one punch, that eighth punch that he threw, see, that made the difference. It was the knockout punch.
On your card, a 2-point round in the second round because of the knockdown.
Yeah, and I was almost tempted to make it a 1-point round because I knew it was close, but the knockdown made me switch to a 2-point.
Stop punching.
Unfortunately, with that lack of action, you could have scored at 5-3.
It's true. You're watching those amateur officials, haven't you?
That's right.
Go figure. A 5-round fight, 2 minutes around, and two punches landed.
Exactly.
Clubbing right hand in the back. Actually, Michael Gans and Jorge Gonzalez have landed more punches in the back of the head than the front. See, double right hand to the body and the head. That's the ticket for Gans. He throws it very awkwardly, but when he throws it, it's
really
good.
Really tired also.
Yeah.
I don't think it'll take much for Gans to go.
Tell you what, though, Jorge Gonzalez so far has not looked like, I got to say this, not to be overly critical, he has not been a world beater. He's facing a guy who's fought very little in the last 4 years, and you know what? He's not looking at. I got to tell you, he's not putting his punches together as well as they would have liked. This is not the kind of debut on television that they wanted for Jorge Gonzalez.
No, he looks very raw, very awkward, and as we said earlier, he makes some fundamental mistakes. He's got some power. He showed the jab at the beginning of the last round.
Honestly, I thought he was more impressive the times I saw him as an amateur.
Let the hold, walk down. Let him go. Next time it's a point.
Again, limited action here in this round. Both fighters are tired, and I think Gans is more tired than Gonzalez.
And look, when Gonzalez does use the jab and comes behind it. See, that move Gonzalez just made, you know, against a really good heavyweight, he's going to get nailed.
Yeah, we'll come right up the middle against him. So again, Gonzalez probably doing enough to win the round, but not impressively.
Can't get him time. Go. Give me a clean fight now. Give me a clean fight.
We start the fourth round, a fight that has been dominated by Gonzalez for better or worse. Gonzalez in the red, Gans in the black.
There's no question he's ahead in this match, and we've been critical of some of the things he's doing only because he's a 27-year-old who has turned. There's the. Oh my! Look at that. Gans with more punches landed in that round than Gonzalez. That's interesting.
Yeah, it didn't seem that way to me.
No, that's a number that surprises me. It's going to force me to pay attention to the rest of this fight, whether I want to or not.
Gonzalez trying to pick the tempo up in this round. I think both of them, though, and we've said this before, both of them seem tired to me.
Yeah, neither man has been real good with his combinations, and has been that accurate with their punches. Well,
he just aimed that one.
And he stands there. What is this? That's Bush. That's what that is. I have no idea. That is stupid and Bush. I'm seldom this opinionated about an activity in the ring. That's because he's tired and he doesn't want to go after him or whatever.
If he was that tired, he'd get him out of there. He could have blown on him and gotten him down.
Very peculiar behavior by Jorge Gonzalez, and that will do nothing to raise his stock as a heavyweight. That's not. I can appreciate showmanship. That's not showmanship. Why do you think he would do that?
I don't have the slightest idea. Well, if it was fatigue, you'd think you'd go get him out of there.
Well,
he was one punch away.
I mean, just maybe, I don't know. I mean, why would you just stand there and do that after you've hurt the guy? It's almost as if he didn't want to go after him, so he said, oh, I can't think of anything else to do.
You know, the simple fact is, Gans is doing more now.
Yes, he let Gans right back into this bout. The second time he had him hurt in the manner that he might have knocked him out. Oh, you know, you look at Gonzalez with his hands at his side, moving backwards. Can you imagine what a good heavyweight would do with that?
Yes.
I mean, I know we're being very...
And he is nowhere near either being or fighting a good heavyweight.
Warning from Toby Gibson for slapping. Toby Gibson is very annoyed. But then Zora weaves. That's what he's trying to club.
Pretty ugly.
It turned out, it was starting out to be a very interesting heavyweight encounter. And a combination of bizarre behavior by Gonzalez and the slow pace has made it otherwise.
Right hand, down goes Gans, and he may stay down.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Give me your glove.
So another knockdown, and this fight is really getting ugly in a hurry. Or should I say uglier?
Yeah, that probably would be a more appropriate phrase. Michael Gans keeps walking into those right hands, and I don't know how much more he's going to be able to deal with this. We will see the knockout. Boy, now you can't throw a right uppercut from that far back and not get hit with the right hand, even against Jorge Gonzalez.
Yes.
And that's what happened in this instance to Michael Gans. Will he come out for this round? I guess he is.
Let's go, second.
I don't think there's any question Gonzalez can get him out of there anytime he wants.
Let's go. No hold, I take punch.
And the way he's aimed those punches.
Clean fight, gentlemen. Clean boxing. Let's go.
Plaintive cry as we look at the punches from last round. Gonzalez will get the plaintive cry from Toby Gibson. Clean fight, gentlemen. Clean punches.
When Gonzalez does work the jab, it's a moderately effective jab, although it's being thrown now at a rather immobile target.
I have to tell you, this is as amateurish an effort from Jorge Gonzalez, much more than I would have expected from him. And I got to tell you something, I'm telling you, he was better as an amateur. He looked better in his amateur days. And this is no slight. You know, I think the world of Richard Sandoval has done a tremendous job with Scotty Olsen. And Eddie Mustafa working with him, who we've seen do wonders with boxers. So I'm not going to lay the blame at their doorstep.
Gans actually hit Gonzalez with the right hand. It just won't take much for Gans to go. We talked about Gonzalez's left hand. Gans' left hand is somewhere down by his thigh also.
Let's go.
In his earlier days in '87, Gans faced the top heavyweights. He lost to Orlando Norris, lost to Mike the Bounty Hunter, beat Olean Alexander, lost to Carla Truth Williams. Probably his best win was back in '83 when he beat Mark Wills in the heavyweight tournament at the Forum. But obviously that was a long time ago, and yet he's still hanging in there with Jorge Gonzalez here.
I tell you, these ropes on that one side of the ring are very loose. And that
now look at Gonzalez. He's walking forward, talking to the Gans. Now, if this were a debate, I could say that, you know, that would be good, but it's not.
I think if you're going to whoop like Gonzalez is, you better be able to bite.
Yeah. And you better be doing something impressive behind it.
That time Gonzalez actually took a look at Toby Gibson.
I might point out that the longest Gonzalez has gone as a pro was into the third round, where he knocked out William Campiodoni. And of course, as an amateur, only went 3 rounds, so we may be seeing some fatigue.
Gans really trying harder than Gonzalez is.
He is.
End of the 5th round, and we are going to plunge into round 6. Or is it dive?
It has not been an artistic success. This has been really typical of what's going on in this bout. That was right after the bell, and what can I say?
Might have gone to a step over toe hold, maybe finished it with a suplex.
You've got a very good point there. By the way, it's a delight to have you back.
That's good.
I'm sure you're thrilled to be here at this point, but
this is terrific.
It's a delight to have you back after your week of doing basketball. We were up in Villa Roma.
How were the Catskills?
They were delightful. Kevin Pompey fought a very, very good match in winning last week. Very clever match, different than his normal slugging. Big right hand,
Whoops.
and there goes he.
Over here. Over here. Get over here.
Now they got to direct Gonzalez to a neutral corner.
6.
This might be good to stop right now.
Give me your glove. Give me your glove.
I don't think Gans wants
No.
anymore. Yeah,
good,
that's
good
it.
work, Toby Gibson. Good work. He saw hesitation on Gans's part.
And you don't often hear a crowd boo a winner, a knockout winner especially, but that was flat ugly.
Wasn't a good performance. I mean, Michael Gans here tried. He's been off. He's only fought a couple of times in the last 5 years. He made an effort. It wasn't good enough. But on the flip side, as we look at Jorge Gonzalez end this with a right hand, he'll catch him coming off the ropes there in the back of the head And that did it to Michael Gans. Screwed up his equilibrium, and that's probably more the reason why I went down. But for Jorge Gonzalez, as you look at him, and our mission is not to sit here and trash fighters. We've explained to you what an excellent amateur he was, beat a couple of gold medalists before they won the gold medal, but tonight didn't look good and he looks like he's regressed instead of going forward as a fighter.
Yeah, he's got a long way to go before he's to be considered as anything that he's even considered a remote challenge to the heavyweight championship. So a win, I suppose, is a win, but as you said, it wasn't pretty.
And I don't think Michael Gans made it. Michael Gans wasn't that awkward a fighter to fight. You know, a little awkward, but not that bad.
57 seconds. 5-7.
All right, so 57 seconds of the 6th and final round, and that is the official word. And Michael Gans has lost another one to make his record 11-8, and Gonzalez, for better or worse, goes to 7-0. We likely will see him again, and we hope, frankly, we see him a little bit better than we did tonight.